one aspect of the chain could be broken, it doesn't mean that the whole supply web or demand web is incomplete. Because there are other services that can compensate and actually alleviate the risk. Because if we just look at it as a chain, one after the other, if one thing breaks, then there's more risk. But if you actually look at it as a web, like a spider's web, you can actually service and mitigate your risk even better than you could do before. So the idea of looking at supply chain is a very vast, it's a very large word. It goes from procurement of raw materials or mining of raw materials, transporting them to the manufacturing unit, having it manufactured, getting the processes done, so you can look at score as well in there, and then you have the final distribution to the customer. But it first starts with what he said is meeting the customer's demand. So you know what the customer wants, and you go back to the beginning, start doing it, and then there's a third thing, which is the flow of money from the front right to the end.
Okay.
So it's a very vast and very big word, which is not only logistics or transportation or manufacturing, it also involves mining and men, and it's very generic. And supply chain ideally is a very antiquated word.
Okay, good. So like various companies are talking about the supply chain various ways. Now what he say like is 50% correct. You have to fulfill the requirement of the customer. Other 50% which is there is, but you are making profit also. If you are not making profit, then it is not a successful supply chain. So you have to fulfill the demand of your customer. At the same time, you take care of the profit. Clear? Okay. In manufacturing company, what are the various risk factors people they are finding? It is like supplier failure, it is a strategic risk, natural disaster, geopolitical events, regulatory risk, logistic failure, and so on. So what they say like very commonly seen factors are supplier failure. Now why supplier failure is there? What are the issue with supplier? I will tell you one example. There was a company who was making a paper, and for making the paper they need some particular chemical. What they did, they went for the one supplier, then they found okay, this is a very critical item for them. What they did, they done the 10 suppliers contract. Okay, they made a contract with 10 suppliers for that particular chemical. Now, why they made the contract with 10 suppliers? Because this item is very important for them. There should not be any shortage, one point. Other thing is they will get the cost benefit. Unfortunately, one day they found there is a shortage with one supplier. Okay? They went to the other supplier. They found another shortage with the same supplier. They went to the all 10 suppliers and they found there is a shortage. What was the reason? What was the reason? The tier 2 supplier was only one, right? And very few companies are there where people they really are aware about who is their tier 1, tier 2 supplier. Very few companies are there where they are aware about tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 customers, right? So there should be a clear-cut understanding of complete supply chain when we are talking about complete supply chain, end-to-end supply chain. Everyone in the organization should be aware about who is the end supplier and who is the end customer, right? Okay. So these are few of the examples about the risk. Like for example, in electronic motor manufacturing, what they did suddenly there was a demand was there, and because of that they made some shortcut to vendor selection, and because of that, what are the issues? The raw material, the component which came from the vendor, it was faulty, and because of that they lose the market share, they lose the reputation. This is one of the very common issue, and this is one of the issue like which is faced by Suzlon also, right? One simple mistake they did and they lost their entire profit for 3 years, right? Okay. So problems are like terrorism, problems are obsolescence, pilferage, information breach, which is one of the very common and very severe problem for the organization. Proprietary data, cyberspace security, RFID data security, water route. Because of water route, lot of issues are there nowadays, and lengthening of supply chain coupled with globalization. Right? These are very commonly seen issues. Yeah.
Why isn't planning?
Why
isn't planning an issue?
Yeah, correct.
Forecasting, planning.
Correct. Planning is also issue. But planning is not an issue which you can easily identify. I will come to this point. I will come to this your point.
It's very simple. The bullwhip effect. The bullwhip effect. That's one of the biggest creators for issues in the supply chain.
Why? What is the reason of the bullwhip effect?
The bullwhip effect is, it's very simple. There is a demand rate in the customer. So say I as a customer want 10 bottles of water. I go to my local Baniya store. I tell him I want a box of 10 for water. He's also assuming that my demand is actually more than 10. So he'll go back to the distributor. He'll tell the distributor, actually the demand is for 100 bottles of water. And then the distributor will go back to the master distributor saying, I need 1,000 bottles of water. And eventually when it goes down to the manufacturer, he is actually wanting to manufacture 100,000 bottles of water to mitigate the stock out that he could have. So what ends up happening is so much product within the supply chain that he's over manufactured the product and is actually just sitting there and he's not collecting money on it. So that's a main reason why people start producing in bulk, because they think they're getting their economic order quantities, they're getting their economies of scale in manufacturing, but when actually they've reached a certain point where they've over-manufactured, they've overspent, they've not been able to pay their suppliers because they haven't received the money from the other end of the supply chain. So the bullwhip effect, if you look at when you crack a whip, it's small and then it actually becomes bigger as it goes to the end.
This is one of the reasons of bullwhip effect. One of the reasons.
So bad planning.
There are many reasons for bullwhip effect. So when we are talking about supply chain security issue, lot of issues are there. No doubt planning is one of the major issues, right? But mostly it is not visible, right? Nobody is talking about planning as a part of supply chain security.
It's a risk.
Okay, it is risk, 100% risk.
It's a risk and it's...
Yeah, I will come to this point. I will come to this point after 2 or 3 slides. Okay, so what is risk management? As per the supply chain council, the systematic identification, assessment and quantification of potential supply chain disruption with the objective to control exposure to risk or reduce its negative impact on supply chain performance. Right? So, how you will understand supply chain in manufacturing industry? And how you will understand what is the risk factor in supply chain? Like take example, here it is a company, there is a tier 1 customer as a distributor, tier 2 customer as a maybe end customer, tier 1 supplier as a material supplier or service supplier, tier 2 supplier as a supplier, end supplier, or maybe any other supplier. Now, when we define any company is supposed to know their supply chain completely. That is the first step. Now, what is supply chain? What is the definition of supply chain? Movement of material from supplier to customer, right? Primarily movement of material from supplier to customer. Secondary movement of material from customer to supplier. That is the reverse logistics, right? Then movement of material from customer to supplier and flow of information in both the directions. Now, how flow will be there of information? Either in terms of purchase order, or in terms of invoice, or anything. Any document you are making is the ultimately passing the information, right? Okay. Now, very important part is, will all the manufacturing industry will have the same supply chain? When we are talking about pharma industry, we are talking about automobile industry. Both have the same supply chain management. What is the difference? When we are talking about cement industry, what type of supply chain they are talking about? So, supply chain is dominated by 4 factors. One is planning in the center part. Second is the logistics, which are taking care of the inbound and outbound logistics. Third is supply management, that is the purchase. And fourth is demand management. And that's why in most of the companies nowadays in manufacturing sector, they are defining supply chain management department in 2 different ways. One is demand management, another is supply management. Clear? So when we are talking about risk in supply chain management, we have to take care of the risk in both the sides, demand management side also and supply management side also. Okay? So like first thing is to identify risk in our supply chain management. And to find out the risk in our supply chain management, what we have to do? We need to do complete checkout of the plan. Right? And then we can find out which particular area there is a possibility of risk is there. Now, one way is we can do the planning cycle. Now, this is a very simple planning cycle for manufacturing industry, where we can do the overall planning, we can do the planning at the level of volume level, we can do the planning at the mix level, and then we can do the planning for the material level. At the same time, we can do the planning at the capacity level also, and then we can do the inventory planning also. Now, same planning we can use for logistic industry. Same planning we can use for any industry, even for service industry. Right? So there is a need of a risk manager in any operation. And what is the role of risk manager? To map entire supply chain, to understand the interdependency of the various department, identify potential failure points along the supply chain management, create risk awareness throughout the supply chain, and devise methods to lessen risk before they become serious, and chair regular risk review meeting in the organization. Okay? Generally, in manufacturing industry, they are finding risks like clustering the risk, which is like divided into personal risk, physical asset, technology, relationships, internal and external risk. Another is like we can do the brainstorming of the risk before risk will take place. We can brainstorm and we can identify what possible risk is there. And third is we can see the time horizon of the risk. Okay. Next level is like we can talk about what is the risk level. It is a combination of probability of occurrence and magnitude of loss. Okay. So now take example here. Here is an example. Like risk is loss of source of material. Now what is the probability? On the scale of 0 to 5, probability is 2. What is the impact? Maybe very high, 5. What is the priority ratio? It will be 10. So we have to take this issue very seriously. Okay. Then we can talk about various losses because of risk, either the loss of goods, loss of intellectual property, or loss of because of the lawsuit. Because if we are not delivering the product in time, we can face a very huge loss, right? Then a lot of requirements are there for importing or exporting the material, and particularly for packaging industry or for packaging purpose, country specific packaging is required, right? And that can make the biggest loss for the company if they are not putting the proper packaging together. Okay? They are if suppose we are talking about heat or chemical treatment of both pellets, then we can put the ISPM 15. We are talking about the grading of pellets. Various issues are there, and this is very common in particularly when we are exporting or importing from US or Europe. Okay. Okay. So for manufacturing industry, again the risk is very common. One risk is there with the planning. If there is no proper planning, lot of risk factors are there. Another risk is from the supplier side. Third risk is from the logistic side. And fourth and very important risk is from the demand side, because the customer uncertainty is very high. So for any organization, first thing is they should know their supply chain properly. They should know what environment they are working in, whether their product is made to stock, made to order, assembled to order. And according to that, they can plan their entire supply chain. Okay.